Ripple XRP, so this is absolute BS, and this is exactly what you need to be staying away from. The XRP price predictions have gotten out of hand, especially on platforms like X, because we just see $10 or $100 XRP price predictions being thrown out, and of course they have not materialized. Anyway, so we will be talking about that as the main part of the video, as well as what David Schwarz has got to say, and also the Bank for International Assessments on one of their reports. We will be having a look at the price action of both XRP and XLM coin today, so all I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So we have this post from Shannon Thorpe, which actually came out a few months ago, and it was posted on July the 30th. Now, who is Shannon Thorpe, and why should you be taking her analysis on XRP seriously for that matter? Well, she is a business support manager at Wells Fargo, so I'm sure you know that is an investment asset management company. Very big company, you know, kind of like the likes of JP Morgan. And we have over here her analysis and price prediction is very long, but she talks about the price that XRP could have seen in the next couple of months. So the fact that it came out last year, of course, you'd think that it would have materialized, but it hasn't happened. So I wanted to show you this. Now, she talks about the market cap and then she does a few different calculations, but the price prediction that she came up with at the end of it all and the conclusion is anywhere from $100 to $500 near the short term, and her short term that she stated clearly within the post was anywhere between 4 to 7 months. So because that was posted at the end of July, that basically means that the 4-month target would have been November, and it should have actually hit $100 according to her prediction. But of course, the price of XRP is not at that. We're currently at 55 cents. So number one, she got that wrong. And then we have $500 for the 7-month period, which I'm assuming, and that would be February. So right now, I believe that we are on the 27th of February. So she has 2 more days and for that price prediction to be materialized. And the answer is, of course, it's not going to happen, right? We weren't able to hit the $100. We weren't able to hit the $500. And you know what's even funnier about this post is that she actually said that these were conservative prices. And I'll show you this on a comment down below. She says over here that she intentionally made her price prediction more on the conservative side. Now, I think the conservative side would have actually been roughly around about anywhere from 65 cents to probably 85 cents. And even then, it's still pushing it because we know that XRP coin has been held down for quite some time. And so this is obviously a problem within the XRP community. You know, it's got 1.8 million views. That means 1.8 million people have seen it. Now, of course, not everybody will believe it. There will be a lot of people that have some sort of common sense and that are not new to crypto and will just take this with a pinch of salt. However, there will be other people that are new to crypto that will actually believe this post. And of course, when it doesn't materialize for the price action of XRP, they get angry and frustrated. And that is why I believe we have a lot of negativity in the XRP community. I mean, also shout out to Cyprus as well for basically highlighting this in the XRP community and how that this is all really fun. And also Scam Detective has said that Shannon has less than 10 days for her price prediction of $100 to $500 near short term. Do you think XRP will pump 18,500% in the next few days? Seen by more than 1.7 million people, and the fact that she worked for a bank lent credibly to her poor prediction. And of course, that must have been posted around about a couple of days ago. And so this is a thing with a lot of people on the internet. They have a lot of influence. I mean, look at her bio as well. It says making waves in the X space, not a financial advisor. Do your own research. So if you're making waves in the X space, that means that you're obviously posting in order to get views, and you have been able to successfully do that. However, you have led some people down on the wrong path, and it is a bit unfortunate. And so I thought that I would call this out because we obviously know it's BS. I mean, had she have actually said a $1 price target, it would have been much more achievable. But obviously, like with a lot of other people that I've seen, there have been ridiculous price targets being thrown out for XRP, and I do believe that it has got to stop. So I thought I would first cover that up. Over here, we have this video from David Schwarz basically talking about the banking industry as well as the crypto industry and how they are moving towards an alliance. I suppose that there is that bridge between them.
Yeah, David, you don't really strike me as a banker. I've interviewed a few bankers. You don't seem like one, but given your role in financial technology, do you ever talk to technology people at banks, or are you, is there any conversation between your crowd and the bank crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that it kind of surprised me because I had a fairly naive view of banking. First of all, I thought a bank was like a thing rather than like a large number of distinct things that exist under a sort of umbrella, and there's parts of it that are technically banks and parts of it that are not, which means they can do things both that banks can do and things that banks can't do. And I think the other thing that surprised me is I kind of thought of banks as monolithic, like there's things that banks want. Like the term big banks was redundant to me, right? There are small banks. Well, of course, yes, there are small banks, right? There are the banks that are at the top of the food chain. We can all list them, and there are probably as many as fingers. I have, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, Credit Suisse, JP Morgan Chase, and then there's the whole rest of the banking industry that is not happy. They're top of the food chain, and they view these big banks as their largest and most powerful competitors. I think banks would like to be able to issue stablecoins if they could square that regulatory hurdle. Now, you say, well, that endangers the position of the banks. Well, small challenger banks are not worried about endangering the positions of the big banks. That's the reason they exist, right? That's their business. I think there's nothing more dollar that you can have than the Federal Reserve owing you $1. If I could have the Federal Reserve owing me $1, that would be like the tier 1 best dollar I could have. Tier 2 would be a U.S. financial by the FDIC and regulated, by U.S. regulators. That would be the next best way to have a dollar. If you think stable coins are structurally important and you're worried about them failing, well, then you should be letting banks issue them. But I think the problem is that there's a sort of escalation in surveillance going on. I think you've all heard about the IRS proposals to increase bank surveillance, and this does seem to be a step in the other direction. And again, I would call out the internet analogy. Like, the internet made it much, much harder to control the flow of information across borders, and information is one of the most valuable things that can cross borders. Like, this was a very, very, I know I'm older than many people, but like that was a very, very big deal. Like, the control of the flow of information across borders was just as important to governments as the control of the flow of anything else across borders. And they almost entirely lost that in favor of the internet. And I think if they're going to lose it to stable coins and cryptocurrencies, they're going to lose it no matter what they do. Like, they're not going to be able to stuff the genie back in the bottle. And so they're going to have to start looking for constructive regulatory solutions, and sooner rather than later, because other countries are going to do the same. I know I've kind of circled back.
Obviously, we're trying to get that stablecoin legislation in the US. I mean, this is a big year because obviously we have the elections, and so there will be a lot of spending coming in from the crypto industry to kind of maybe push that stablecoin regulation in general. Over here from Tom Emma, we have this post coming in from yesterday. Any CBDC that is not open, permissionless, and private like cash is a surveillance tool that will be mobilized to oppress the American way of life. And he is proud to have Sen Ted Cruz lead the Senate companion of our CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act. And what I found really funny about this is the comment below saying, y'all can't even get Gary Gensler to do his job, let alone stop a CBDC. And so whilst this may sound good on paper, I do think that it could possibly be wishful thinking. I mean, we already have cash anyway, which we know is private. It cannot be tracked at all, and you can spend it how you like, where you like, whenever you like. And so I do still think that cash is king. Yes, if we do come out with that CBDC, which is likely, and obviously that is what the government will control, it definitely is going to be surveyed anyway. I don't think that we can be able to bypass that, especially when it comes to retail CBDCs. So unfortunately, it seems like as if that will be the case, but this is what they're going to be currently working on. Price action of XRP coin today, we are currently trading at 0.559, nowhere near that $100 price target of $500. We are up by 4.9% on the one-day chart. For the volume, we are up by 88.26%, and we are trading at $1.5 billion. In the earlier hours of the morning for today, we were trading at 0.5509, and then we took that nice climb over here to 56 cents at 0.05631. On the 7-day chart, we are down by 2%. We started off the week pretty high at 57 cents. Then we did come down midweek all the way to 0.5326. Now we have actually just come back up ever so slightly to 0.5463, and then we came down to 0.5294. So we were below that 53-cent mark. On the 1-month chart, we are up by 5.52%. So that nice spike over here, we have now drifted from the red all the way to the green at 0.5756, and again we hit it at 0.5736 on the 20th, and then we came down by roughly a couple of cents, but still we are doing pretty good for XRP. I am looking for the 58-cent price target, but let's see if we can hold the support level at 55 cents first. I mean, we only have 3 days now in February, and then we are off to March. Let's have a look at the price action of Stellar XLM. We are currently trading at 12 cents exactly. We are up by 4.8% on the one-day chart. For the 1 week, we are up by a nice 0.8%. So at the start of the week, we were pretty strong at 12 cents. We came down to 0.1111, and then we came back up again to 0.117, went down to 0.115, and of course now to 12 cents. On the 1 month chart, we are up by 3.4%. I want to see more support at the mid-range of 11 cents for Stellar XLM, and if it can trade like that in the next couple of days, even a week, and then we can settle on the 12-cent mark, because then I'm looking at the next price target of 15 cents. On the 1 year, we are up by 36.7%, and we did reach that 15-cent price target back in July of last year. Guys, if you want daily Ripple XRP and Stellar XLM coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.